Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Yeah, can you call it an upset? I don't think so. I'll be honest. I've been saying from before the World Cup. Look at the many months ago when I did when the draw was made. I predicted that Belgium would be becoming world champion. I got laughed at. I got said, you don't know anything about football. Well, then the semi-finals, they knocked out Brazil. How far do we have to take this discussion? Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Belgium. And they're taking in the next rounds against France. I'm looking forward to see these matches. I really am. If you know a little bit with the situation in Belgium, especially the Flemish part, yeah, they don't really like the French that much. It's going to be harsh on harsh. It's like how where can you compare it? If there's any people from America watching, well, I think it's like. I don't know, the New York Giants against the New England Patriots, or the Dodgers against the New York Yankees, or what for sports do we have anymore? The Golden State Warriors against, the Cleveland Cavaliers. I can go on like this. It's like Barcelona against Real Madrid. It's blood versus blood. Where this actually is laying, well, I got of course some insight. I think it's because well, part of Belgium is French, and well, French is French. So France really sees them as dominant, and they say, well, Belgium will. They talk a little bit French there, but it's not French, right? And then the Flemish part is even more like, yeah, but we don't like the French at all. No matter if your country it is, that as long as if they keep talking French, then we just don't like it at all. There's a lot more to it. I'm not going into it because there's actually all politics people, and we're here for football. I think Belgium actually deserved it. They dominated. They dominated Brazil for a very long time. It was a little bit when the turn was time when Brazil scored, the 2-1, and there was really pressure on it, and I was sitting next to him. Oh, she was really like it. She almost had no fingers left. It was a little piece of arm, for a finger. You know what I mean? And I get now very angry looks at me. I'll take it back. Women these days. But anyway, a little bit side comic relief. It felt like that Brazil finally found that win. They actually didn't have the whole match. It felt like Brazil was not themselves tonight. We have, of course, some great acting work from Neymar, who was diving everybody. I'm actually wondering, people. It's a little bit of a side joke, but let's put it up. Let's put it, if you're watching on under demand, and if you also do it live, you can do it. Put in the comment box what movie Neymar should be casted in. I will go with Terminal Velocity because there's a lot of diving in it. Apparently he's doing that very well. Or some medical movie. He's always rolling around with pain. You know what I mean? Maybe he could star in a new Saw movie. I don't know. That may be very well. There's a lot of pain. We just have to put a little guts and gory to it. Okay, never mind. we have to stay on focus, people. Let's talk about football because that's where we end here now today. No, I think Brazil was actually a little bit disappointing. I thought there was more to it, that they would be more sharper. I thought they would really put up a fight. And when Belgium actually scored 2-1, it was like the match is done. And that was what, in 20, 30 minutes? I can't remember, but something like that. And of course, the first goal was an own goal. But what I found was amazing, and finally we got that through, and I actually acknowledged him that not much, and that I feel sorry for, because he's one actually of the best players in the Belgium squad, is that Kevin De Bruyne. He has this perfect shot, and the case is with him. He can lay a shot perfectly as an assist or as a free kick directly on the goal with both legs. He's both legs. That is so perfect for him, right or left leg. Doesn't matter for him. He has that perfect shot, and that's unique. You don't see many football players like Kevin De Bruyne. That I think also I'm almost convinced of it. Because of him, Manchester City had such a great season this season. Kevin De Bruyne had a real great season, and that he showed off finally also today. I'll be honest, I've been missing him a little bit in those matches, especially the first few matches. It was like he was a ghost, and that is the problem with Kevin De Bruyne, right? He can one match play so wonderful, so great. You're really sitting enjoying yourself, right? Almost that you want to stick your hand down your. Never mind, but and then and the next match you don't see him at all, and that's a little bit annoying with him sometimes. But he has that perfect feet. He has the speciality, and I think. If he has his way, if he has the match, yeah, but then no matter who you put up to, then that team where he's playing on, if it's Manchester City, if it's Belgium, the team will come on. They can't be beaten. Let's be honest. And I don't think he played perfect today because I think. If he really had his way, it could be easily 3-4-0 before Brazil scored. And then we had an all different match, right? So I think that Brazil... I don't want to use the word escape because it sounds like I'm comparing to them San Marino. Brazil was not the, and that's actually, if you look at the whole World Cup, they've not been really themselves. The World Cup was missing something of Brazil. They didn't come to that perfect team, what they can have, and the stars they have, like players like Neymar, but he sometimes really shows he has. And I missed that in him. He was more busy with acting and from, oh, I'm so hurt, look at me. Then he was busy with playing the good football match, what he can do. And that was missing again today. He was more busy. Well, when can I have a penalty? When can I have this free kick? When do you give that Belgian player the yellow or the red card? Because nothing else he was doing. Actually, if you look at it, the whole match, and maybe I'm Mr. Negativity, and maybe I'm a little bit too much for pro-Belgium. Fine. I understand that. And I'm not saying that Brazil didn't play good. They had their perfect moment. But let's be honest about one thing. If you go for over 200 million euros to a team, Paris Saint-Germain, right? I suspect that you also play football and not start, uh, not busy with your acting career. Um, because I'll be honest, people, the thing what annoyed me the whole World Cup with Brazil was with the falling, the acting, the crybaby Neymar. And I was so hopeful when he came back from that broken leg. I was so grateful because an injury, I know that from myself, can motivate you, can show that he can play that perfect match. But again, it's. I want to ask you something. Can you name me one match here on the World Cup he didn't act in it? Like fake falling, fake having pain. Because I can't name one. I really can't. And Brazil has, at the moment, disappointed me this World Cup. And actually, I'm starting realizing now I'm at the moment talking more about Brazil than I should be talking about Belgium because they have made to the semi-final. So the crappers annoys me that with Neymar. And it was an exciting match. And we were nervous. We were sitting ready. Yes, I'll be honest, I was supporting Belgium, but that's because of. But when I'm tuning in, because my country, Holland, is not alone, so I can actually be very neutral, and I have to be neutral for my job. I can only talk about and be honest about one moment, and that is people. I'll say it otherwise. I think if you ask me in 10 years' time, what can you remember of this World Cup? Well, first of all, the launch probably of the acting career from Neymar. Because, as I wanted to say, right, he came back from injury, that terrible leg injury where he broke his leg. Terrible. And I confide in him. I can understand that must hurt the crappers out of him. He had surgery. He fought his way back for one goal. To be that football star, to be that football god at the World Cup. And what did we get in return? We got one thing in return, and that is Neymar being an actor. Not being that football star, not being that football god. And that bloody annoys me. Because I, be honest, as a football fan, as the love for the football sport I have, I was hoping, I was praying every evening, even I don't believe in God, that Neymar would return from injury on time so we could see the star and the football god and a football genius he can be at the World Cup. And we didn't see it. And now we're all, before the World Cup, there was speculations. He should go to Real Madrid for so many millions, 300 million. Real Madrid. I know you're not watching, but let's take the chance you are. As a football lover, as a football critic, if I may call myself, people call me that. Apparently, I'm doing a good job because a lot of people come to me and ask me for football advice. Don't buy him. Let him be there in Paris. Go for players like Hazard or Mertens or maybe even Kevin De Bruyne. Because these football players put it on tonight. These football players I just mentioned showed why Belgium will become next weekend will be lifting up this trophy and becoming the new world champions. I said it and I still hold it with it. I said it also in the last when we went to that we got from the match Brazil, Belgium would be becoming the world champion. Well, Belgium made it, so I'm still sticking to my prediction that Belgium will win the World Cup, people. I'm sticking highly with it. Because now they're getting France, right? And France, yes, they did good. They have that great football player called Mbappé. But the problem is laying with France is it's not a team. And I know that Belgium, yes, they showed it off tonight. They can be a team. But France is not a team. They're playing on individual talent. And individual talent is not a team, and it's still a team sport, people. And maybe biased, I am aware of that. But here also what I say and why I say that Belgium is the world champion and not because of who I'm with or what. No, I'm saying it as an honest football opinion. And that's my prediction. Now let's talk about Uruguay, France. Uruguay, I'll be honest, I have to give them a very good thing to say about it. If we look at a team who we can take our hat off for playing well, was the defense of Uruguay. They didn't have much yellow cards, in total 3 the whole tournament. So my hat's off. It was a tough defense to get through. I've noticed that they were very good at defending. I think if you want to give an example, if you would look for a defender, go look in Uruguay. Because they amazed me on defending wise. And what I think is best for the future is that they focus. Because let's be honest, the midfield they have still a little bit to work on because the attack and the thing what also probably was a problem with Uruguay tonight, they missed Cavani. And you can say love about Cavani, but he is a great striker. Suarez, I don't think I even have to mention his qualities. Just go look at Barcelona. So from this point on, I will say I had a great football day today. I really am. I enjoyed myself. You know, we saw a new actor on the rise. My pick is still in the World Cup. We saw a team leave who had the perfect defense. And Belgium has to face a team with a lot of individual talents. That is what we're having for the semifinals. So we're having France, Belgium, and then tomorrow we'll have Sweden, England, and Russia, Croatia. Russia, Croatia is at 8 o'clock Central European time, 7 o'clock UK time, and Sweden, England is at 4 o'clock Central European time, 3 o'clock UK time. Well, I'll be back tomorrow at 12 o'clock Central European time, 11 UK time. We're going to do the predictions for these two matches, for the last two quarterfinal matches. I really hope we're going to see such great football as we did today. Thank you for joining. Take care. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/DJLiveTube. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/DJI Sports Studio. Everything about the World Cup is being found on DJISportsStudio.com/World Cup. Where are we more? I just have to start thinking out my head now. It's difficult. Twitter.com/DJI Sports Studio if you want to tweet with us. And always welcome to send your comments about the match via tweet us. From mail, welcome, or leave them in the comment box. Don't forget to like and also this video. Where do I go from here more? Yeah, Instagram.com/DJI Sports Studio and Pinterest.com/DJI LiveTube and VK.com/DJI LiveTube. Hey, DJI Sports Studio. I'm getting so confused, people. I'm going to have something to drink with the wall here. I am going to close down. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night. I hope you enjoyed it as I did. I did very much today. Take care. Ciao.